Hi everyone, we're Firetap Games, and today we'll be checking out Contamination, a quest from Heroes of the Sanctum. In this quest, we'll be using quest tokens, and they will be simulating the spread of the contamination itself. This video is not going to be a tutorial, so if you don't understand the rules of the game, we highly encourage you to go check out the tutorial videos we've already made. And in saying that, let's jump in and let's see how we do. Okay, let's take a look at the quest card. Contamination. The remains of a champion tainted by the rift have contaminated the sewers of a nearby town. We shall teach you the necessary skills to treat the sickness while assisting your companions. You must enter the region and expunge this foul plague, lest the town succumbs to its inevitable fate of corruption and death. By decree of the Sanctum, the edict is given. So the difficulty on this one is going to be hard. It's going to take between 30 to 45 minutes. We'll be exploring the contaminated sewer region, and we'll only have level 1 and 2 threats in the threat deck. Oh, it's also worth noting that in order for us to be victorious, we need the contaminated sewer to be fully scouted. The cursed remains, which is this proximity over here, also needs to be discarded, and all threats need to be defeated. So let's see how it goes. Okay, let's take a look at the battlefield. We have the reanimation inside the Pathbreaker's battle line. We have the Shade inside of the Assassin's battle line, the Demoniac on the Warlock, and the reanimation on the Spirit Dancer. We also have a Tainted Crypt proximity, and what that's going to do is every region phase, it's going to be spawning one new threat over here. The Assassin is next to high ground. That's great. We're going to get our +1 of attack just by being in this position. The Warlock is next to the Cursed Remains. Now, we need to get rid of the Cursed Remains as part of our objective, and once we use that to get rid of it, it's going to spawn one threat in every single battle line. So there's going to be 4 new threats that come out, so probably not the best time to do it right now. We have the Buried Goods next to the Spirit Dancer. She can interact with that to get some loot. And we have our Contaminated Sewer region, and every region phase is going to be updating to spread the contamination, hurting the heroes, so we're going to need to manage that whilst scouting the quest tracker and trying to get all of our conditions met to become victorious. Let's see how it goes. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of that Tainted Crypt. We don't want more threats coming out, so I'm going to have the Pathbreaker straight up. He's going to use the Crypt, and now the Crypt is gone. Okay, that was our first move. The Assassin, she has high ground. She has an attack of 2 + 1, that's 3. We can take out the Shade in one go. Seems like a good idea. Let's go for that. She takes out the Shade. The Shade is out. Warlock, we can take out the Demoniac. We could also take out the reanimation. But we have no defense down here and no defense here. Whereas the Pathbreaker is not going to take any damage if we leave that one. So instead, we'll take out the Demoniac. So we're going to have the Warlock use the other red X. This Demoniac is also gone. And finally, we'll have the Spirit Dancer scout, because let's not forget, the threats are going to keep spawning unless we fully scout this region. So let's do that too. The Spirit Dancer is going to do a scout action, moves the green token to 1, and that's our actions done. Let's move on to the threat phase. Okay, so the reanimation is going to hit the Pathbreaker for 1, but the Pathbreaker has 1 defense. He's not doing anything, that's blocked. Nothing over here, nothing over here, and the reanimation on the Spirit Dancer is going to hit her for 1. She's got no defense. She is going to take the damage, so she takes 1 damage onto her Sanctum banner. Now that all the threats have attacked, they're going to perform their threat actions, and both of these are going to move anti-clockwise. So this one comes down, and this one goes over here. They're expended, that means they're done, and we're going to move on to the region phase. Okay, in the region phase, we're going to update the region. So we flip the card and it says the contamination spreads. Updated. Flip all black quest tokens to red. Then choose a hero without a quest token. Place 1 black quest token on that hero. So there's no quest tokens in play, so there's no black tokens to switch to red, but we do have to pick a hero, and that hero is about to become contaminated. So we're going to go with the Pathbreaker. He's the strongest at the moment, so he can take that for now. And we can move on to check for region keywords. There isn't any, as we got rid of the Tainted Crypt. Nothing's going to spawn now from that. And we can move on to the quest phase. Okay, so it's the quest phase. Let's check our quest objectives and events. So we have our heroes are victorious when the contaminated sewer is fully scouted, the cursed remains is discarded, and all threats are defeated. We're nowhere near to that. So let's check out our events. If the region is not fully scouted and X is on an odd number, spawn 3 threats. And X, you can see, is on 1. Our time token, apologies, is on 1. And so we're going to spawn 3 threats. 1, 2, and 3. If X is on 6, move time token to 1 on the time track. We're not on 6, so that's okay. If Cursed Remains was used this turn, discard it. If it is still on the battlefield and the region is fully scouted, discard it and spawn 4 threats. And finally, if an assist action was used on a hero with a quest token, that quest token may be discarded. So in other words, if one of our other heroes was to assist the Pathbreaker, we can cure his contamination, his sickness. But as that didn't happen this round, that doesn't apply either. And finally, let's clean up the quest phase with incrementing the time track. Obviously, our heroes are not defeated yet, and we activate our threats. And before we go to round 2, we're going to get our new stratagem card. We're going to remember at the end of this round, shuffle all other stratagem cards, then place this card at the bottom to form a new stack. So we're going to put that down there. We're going to shuffle our stratagem cards, and we're going to set up round 2. And here we go. Sacred Retribution. Okay, Sacred Retribution reads, we shall break their ranks and fulfill the sacred edict that is given us. We strike. All heroes gain +1 attack this round. So I think we're pretty much going to go with an attack frenzy. I think that's where I'm going to go with this. So let's start with the assassin, because I can already see she's got 2. She gets the +1 from the high ground and the +1 from Sacred Retribution. She's on 4 attack. We can take out that ghoul right away. So I'm going to start with that. The assassin takes out the ghoul. He's out. And we also get some loot. The assassin receives the Helm of the Undone. This hero applies -1 to their maximum health, but they get a +1 in defense. That's pretty cool. Not too bad of a trade-off. Okay, that was our first action. Our second action is we're going to get the Spirit Dancer to take out the reanimation, because that works out. 1 + 1, that's 2. Okay, so she's going to take this guy out. Bye-bye reanimation. No loot for that one. The Warlock. Oh, actually, the Warlock can attack the Shade over here, which will give him a +1. So he'll get 1, and the 1 from there, that's 2, plus the 1 from Sacred Retribution is 3. So we can take out the Shade straight away if we do it with the Warlock. Let's do that. So the Warlock attacks the Shade. Bye-bye Shade. And then we can get the Pathbreaker to taunt one of these guys. So the Pathbreaker is going to taunt the reanimation. He goes over there, attacks him for 1, +1 is 2, bye-bye reanimation. And we have a Demoniac left, which isn't too bad. So yeah, we did a pretty good job here. Okay, that's our hero phase done. Let's move on to the threat phase. Okay, threat phase. Attack the heroes and apply damage. So this Demoniac is gonna do 1 damage to the Warlock. We have to take that, we have no defense. So this Sanctum banner has taken 2 damage so far. And then the threat's gonna do their actions. The Demoniac has no effects, so nothing happens here. And we move on to the region phase. So we're gonna update the region. Updated. All heroes with black quest tokens receive 1 damage. Heroes with red quest tokens receive 2 damage. So we do have a black quest token on the Pathbreaker. He's going to take 1 damage because of the contamination. Okay, and then we resolve any region keywords on proximities. We don't have any. And we can decide to leave the region if we're able. There's only 1 region in this quest, so it doesn't apply to us. And we can move straight to the quest phase. Okay, quest phase, resolve quest objective and events. Have we done our objectives? The contaminated sewer is not fully scouted, so we haven't done those yet. Let's check out the events. If the region is not fully scouted and X is on an odd number, spawn 3 threats. We're on 2, doesn't apply. If X is on 6, doesn't apply to us. If Cursed Remains was used this turn, we didn't use it this turn. And if an assist action was used this turn, we didn't use an assist action, so we're all good with our events. And so we check if the heroes have been defeated. They have not. We increment our time track to 3. And our threats are activated. We're good to go to round 3. Okay, we're gonna get our next stratagem card. We take out our hero tokens and we are on new formation. We are able to push back this wave of the darkness, causing some of the creatures to stumble. Now is the time to regroup. Before performing any hero actions, you may expend 1 threat in every battle line. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have been a good card to get when we were being swarmed by loads of stuff. But okay, we're gonna get rid of the demoniac. Oh no, we can't scout. We can't do a lot of the red actions we need to progress. Not great. So I'm going to start with the Spirit Dancer. She's going to go hunting for buried goods. So she's going to dig through all of that dirt and see what she can find. Bye-bye buried goods. And we have a Blade of the Cursed. Passive. This hero receives +1 damage when threats attack, but gains +1 attack themselves. So that's pretty cool. Not the best person to have that actually. So it's a good thing we've got a lot of blue actions this turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Warlock take that from her. So the Warlock is going to do an assist action over here. He's going to take the Blade of the Cursed. As he can do ranged attacks, that's going to work out much, much better. The Assassin is going to assist the Pathbreaker to get rid of the contamination later. So we'll do that. So the Assassin has assisted the Pathbreaker. Now, it's worth mentioning that you don't take it off right away. You got to wait for the quest event to kick in. And finally, the Pathbreaker. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Oh, actually, I can heal. That's what I'm going to do. The Pathbreaker is going to heal the 1 damage he's got on his Sanctum banner. And that's it. That's our hero phase done. And we can move on to the threat phase. Okay, threat phase. The demoniac can't do anything, he's expended. So we skip the entire threat phase and move straight to region phase. We update the region. The contamination spreads, updated, flip all black quest tokens to red. So we'll do that first. Then choose a hero without a quest token, place 1 black quest token on that hero. Uh-oh. So we're gonna put another black quest token on the Spirit Dancer. I think we're going to do that because we've got one up here. Let's try spread the damage out a little bit. And okay, that's done. And we can move to the quest phase. Okay, quest phase. We resolve our quest objective and events. So we're going to see that we have not yet done everything we need to do to become victorious. If the region is not fully scouted and X is on an odd number, yes it is, we're on 3. We're going to spawn 3 threats. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. If Cursed Remains was used, nope, still there. And if an assist action was used, remember we assisted the Pathbreaker. If an assist action was used on a hero with a quest token, that quest token may be discarded. So the Pathbreaker has been healed. And let's put our quest card back. We're going to check if our heroes have been defeated. They're still good. We're going to increment our time track to 4. Our threats become activated and we're good for the next round. Okay, let's reveal and resolve the current stratagem. So we're going to take off our hero tokens over here. And the next one is Underestimated. You may use the red X icons on this card to trigger a hero's unique action. Now that's pretty cool because we have the Forgotten Ones, and one of their actions is to stun, and that's always going to be bad news. We have the Manipulators. We've got 2 Manipulators, and they're going to cause these guys to hurt themselves. This one is especially bad because she has an attack of 3 because of the high ground. So yeah, lots of things to think about here. And okay, let's see where we're going to go from here. Okay, we're going to start with the Warlock. He's going to use his unique action, the Soul Siphon. He's going to choose a threat in his battle line, the Forgotten Ones. Remember, these guys are going to stun him. That threat's going to take 2 damage, and then we're going to heal 2 damage. So say goodbye to the Forgotten Ones, and we've got our Sanctum banner fully restored, and we get the loot from the Forgotten Ones, and we have a Berserker's Axe. We may use the any blue X action to resolve an attack. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna then, oh, we forgot to put his token on. So I'm gonna take his token and put that on the red X over here. We're going to use the assassin to take out the manipulator because that's going to be bad news if we don't. So I'm going to use the assassin's hero token, and the manipulator is out. We get loot from that too, and we have sanctified water. Reaction: this may be discarded during an attack action. Select a threat in this hero's battle line. That threat is expended. That's going to come in useful, I'm sure. Next up, now I'm going to be careful about the order I'm going to do this. I need to scout because we are terribly low on the scout track so far. But if the Pathbreaker scouts first, then the Spirit Dancer is still going to be contaminated. So let's flip this around. I'm going to have the Spirit Dancer scout first. So she's going to scout. We're going to move to 2 on the scout track. And finally, the Pathbreaker is going to assist the Spirit Dancer, which will allow her to recover from the contamination at the end of the round. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. We'll go with that. And next we have the threat phase. Okay, the threats are going to attack the heroes and apply damage. The manipulator has an attack of 0, so nothing's going to happen quite yet. The demoniac has an attack of 1. The warlock is going to take 1 damage. Now the threats are going to perform their threat actions. Mind control. The hero in this battle line receives damage equal to the hero's attack. The hero has a 1 attack, so he takes 1 damage over there, and the demoniac has no effects. So we're done with the threat phase and we can move to the region phase. And let's not forget to expend them, so we know that they're done. The region phase, we update it. Updated, all heroes with black quest tokens receive 1 damage, so Spirit Dancer is going to take 1 here. Heroes with red quest tokens are going to receive 2 damage, so we don't have that right now, luckily. So we can move on to the quest phase. Okay, we're going to resolve quest objective and events. Have we completed our objectives? We have not. If the region is not fully scouted and X is on an odd number, we're on 4, we're good. If Cursed Remains was used, it's not, it's still there. If an assist action was used, it was, we assisted the Spirit Dancer. So now we can take off the quest token. She has recovered from the contamination. Okay, and now we're going to check if our heroes are defeated. They're still good. We're going to increment the time track to 5 and activate our threats. And now we're going to show the next stratagem, which is hostile environment. As the battle moves into new areas of the region, we stumble into non-advantageous terrain. Before performing any hero actions, immediately update the current region and resolve any related effects. Okay, let's do that now. We're going to update the region. It says the contamination spreads. Flip all black quest tokens to red. No, we're good. Then choose a hero without a quest token. Place 1 black quest token on that hero. Oh, again, just when we thought we got rid of the contamination, it's back again. We're going to give it to the Pathbreaker. Okay, I'm going to start with the assassin, taking out the manipulator. Remember, we get a free move because we have strike unseen. Before resolving an attack action, you may freely move to another battle line. So we're going to do an attack action with the assassin. Just going to move this guy out of the way for a second. Going to move her over there. He goes over here. Manipulator is out. We get loot. Oh no, we can't carry it all. Okay, let's see what we want to get rid of, because Elven Lightblade is awesome. We get a +1 of attack. We're going to get rid of the Sanctified Water because it's a one-off, and we're going to keep the Elven Lightblade. That's pretty sweet. So now we have 3 attack and an extra defense over here, so that's quite cool. Pathbreaker's over here. What are we going to do next? Okay, we need to scout. We need to scout. So I'm going to have the Pathbreaker, he's going to scout, and Spirit Dancer, she's going to scout too. And as we only have 7 action points, we can only do blue actions now. I don't really want to do anything, so I'm going to pass for the Warlock. And we're done. We're going to move to the threat phase. Okay, the Demoniac is going to attack the Warlock for 1. I'm going to just change this to a 3. He's going to do effects. He doesn't have any, no threat actions for the Demoniac, so he's expended. We're done. We move to the region phase. Okay, region phase. We're going to update the region. A contagious toxin runs through the waters of this sewer. It takes its toll. All heroes with black quest tokens receive 1 damage. So we're going to take 1 damage from over here. Heroes with red quest tokens are going to receive 2. We don't have that, so that's all good. We can move on to the quest phase. Okay, now we're going to resolve our quest objectives and events. We have not completed our objectives. Let's see, are we on an odd number? Yes, we are. So we're going to spawn 3 threats. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that's not great. Okay, we've got our quest events. We're going to go through the curse remains. No, that's still there. If an assist action was used on a hero, we didn't do that. So, okay. Our heroes are still alive. That's good. Increment the time track to 6. And our threats are now activated. And we're going to start round 6. Okay, we're going to see our next stratagem card, which is Restore the Line. The enemy has detonated some type of dark energy explosive. Even though we were lucky enough to evade damage, we were unable to return to our original positions. Before performing any hero actions, immediately move your heroes horizontally so they are on the opposite battle line. Okay, so we need to move our heroes. We're going to straighten everyone out in just a second. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to see what we can do next. Okay, so Assassin is going to take out the Forgotten Ones because we don't want to be stunned. So we're going to start with that. We're going to put our Assassin's token on the attack slot. Forgotten Ones defeated. Oh no! The Imperial Shield, that's a great card. Oh no. Oh, actually, let's get rid of the Helm of the Undone so we don't get the negative effect at least. And we get to keep the +1 shield. But oh, that's unfortunate. Would have been good if we got to keep both of those. Anyway, let's move on. We have another one down here. The Soul Burner is going to stun the Spirit Dancer. She's not quite strong enough to fight back, but the Warlock is. So we're going to get the Warlock to do a ranged attack using the red X. The Soul Burner is out. We get loot. The unique relic, which at the moment does nothing in this quest, so we decide we're not going to keep that with us. We only have 6 action points, so we only can do 1 more red action or 2 blues. We need to scout. So the Spirit Dancer is going to perform a scout action, which moves us to 5 on the scout track. The Pathbreaker can't do anything. We're out of points. So that's our hero phase done, and we're going to move to the threat phase. Okay, so the Underhound is going to hit the Pathbreaker for 2, but we have 1 shield, so we're only going to take 1 damage. I'm going to switch those 2 into a 3. The Demoniac's going to hit us for 1, so 1 damage over there. And now they do their actions. Underhound is going to dash the horizontally adjacent battle line, and the Demoniac does nothing. And we can move to the region phase. Now we update the region. Updated. Flip all black quest tokens to red. Uh-oh. The contamination is getting worse. Then choose a hero without a quest token. Place 1 black quest token on that hero. Okay, the Spirit Dancer is going to get it as well because we're trying to spread this out. Maybe don't put it all on the same battle line. Probably won't be great. And we're going to move on to the quest phase. Let's resolve the quest objectives and events. We have definitely not done everything we need to do. If the region is not fully scouted and X is on an odd number, it's not, but this time it is on 6. So we're going to move the time token back to 1 on the time track. There we go. If Curse Remains was used, it wasn't, it's still there. And if an assist action was used, we didn't use an assist action, so we can skip that too. Okay, and then we check if the heroes have been defeated. They have not. We increment the time track, but we actually don't because we already moved it. So you will notice in the booklet it will say increment the time track if unmoved. So as we have already moved it, we don't need to move it again. And finally, we activate our threats. And we're going to reveal the next stratagem card, which is Leadership. We push forward against the terror of the rift. Your battle cries inspire the party to fight harder. You may choose a hero that is not defending or stunned, and that hero starts defending. I think I'm going to put it on the Assassin based on the Underhound. So we're going to start with this and let's see where we're going to go from here. Okay, firstly, we don't like the Underhound. That guy has to go. So we're going to get the Assassin. She's going to do an attack action and the Underhound is long gone. Next, we really do need to scout. We're only on 5. We need to get to 11. So let's try and make a bit of a push on scouting right now as we can. Okay, we're going to get the Pathbreaker to scout because he has no threats over there. So we move that to 6. We're going to get the Spirit Dancer. Yes, we're going to get the Spirit Dancer also to scout. We can use the red X for that. So we go to 7 on the scout track. And we have 7 action points, so we can do 1 more blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Warlock assist the Pathbreaker, and that's going to help him recover from the contamination during the quest phase. So, okay, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here. And we're going to move to the threat phase. Okay, the Demoniac is going to attack the Spirit Dancer for 1. There's no defense. We need to start paying attention to the damage over here. But, okay. There are no effects to do for her threat actions. So, expended. We move to region phase. Okay, let's flick the region. And updated, all heroes with black quest tokens receive 1 damage and heroes with red quest tokens receive 2 damage. Oh no. So this is going to take 1, so this becomes a 3. And we're going to take 2 here. Because even though we assisted the Pathbreaker, he hasn't quite recovered yet. That's going to happen at the quest phase. So let's move on to the quest phase now. We're going to resolve our quest objective and events. So we can see we still haven't completed our objective. If the region is not fully scouted and X is on an odd number, spawn 3 threats. That's where we are now. We're on a 1, so we're going to spawn 3. The Underhound, the Doom Guard, and the Enraged Ghoul. Oh no. If the Curse Remains was used, it isn't, it's still there. And if an assist action was used on a hero with a quest token, that quest token may be discarded. Now let's not forget, the Warlock did in fact use an assist action on the Pathbreaker, so he has now recovered from the contamination. Okay, we're going to move to 2 on the quest tracker and then show the next stratagem. It's unimpeded. All heroes may freely move before resolving a blue action this round. Alright, cool. And the narrative was, we shall not be impeded by the darkness. These spawns of the rift shall taste the true might of the Sanctum. Now, interestingly, we can do pretty much whatever we want with the heroes this round. We could take out all the threats, maybe. But actually what I think I'm going to do is I can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more slots on the quest tracker. And if I can get this fully scouted, that's going to stop the new threats from coming out. So actually we have a very cool opportunity here to get all 4 of them to do scout actions. That's going to take us to 11. We might take some damage this round, but then it's going to stem the tide of new threats coming, and I think that's going to play out a lot better on the long term. So let's do that now. We're going to just have all of them scout. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and down here 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have fully scouted the contaminated sewer, and we can move on to the threat phase. So the Underhound is going to attack the Pathbreaker for 2. We block 1 of the damage, so we got to 6 damage over here. We have 1 damage from the Doom Guard. We're defending, so we can use that. It's gone. So we block the damage from here. We have 1 and 2 from the Enraged Ghoul and the Demoniac together, because remember we have to add up all of the attack values together. So that's an attack of 2. We have no defense there, so we are going to take a bit of a beating over here. So here we go. We're on 3, 6, 7, 8 damage, and we have 12 maximum health over there. So actually we need to look into that. Okay, and now they're going to do their threat actions. First of all, the Underhound is going to dash to the opposite battle line. Then the Doom Guard is going to sidestep. He's going to go vertically down to this battle line. This guy is going to get very, very angry. He's going to put 1 damage token on his threat card. There we go. Let's move it over there. And the Demoniac does nothing, so they're all expended. Here we go. Now we move on to the region phase. And the region phase reads, updated, flip all black quest tokens to red. So there we go. And then choose a hero without a quest token and place 1 black quest token on that hero. So we're going to do the same thing. The Pathbreaker is going to take the heat this time. And we're going to move on to the quest phase. So first we're going to resolve our quest objective and events. So let's check out where we are. Heroes are victorious when the contaminated sewer is fully scouted. It is fully scouted. The cursed remains are discarded. No, it's not. And all threats are defeated, sorry. So we still have threats and we still have the cursed remains. So once all these guys are gone and we get rid of this, we'll be able to claim victory. So if cursed remains was used this turn, discard it. But if it is still on the battlefield and the region is fully scouted, discard it and spawn 4 threats. I might have jumped the gun a little bit here, so we're going to discard that and we're going to spawn 4 more threats. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh no. Okay, and if an assist action was used this turn, yep, we didn't do that, so we're good. All right, so our heroes defeated. They're still good. We're going to increment the time track to 3 and we're going to activate all of the threats. And now we're in some deep water. We're going to need to really try and figure out what to do here. Okay, now we move on to the hero phase and we're going to show the next stratagem. Oops, here we go. Finders keepers, gain a loot card, then either choose a hero to attach it to or discard it. And the narrative was, we do not know who left this here, but we do know that it is now in service to the Sanctum. All right, what did we get? Oh, how awesome is that? A scroll of restoration. This is going to allow us to heal 3 damage of every Sanctum banner. We're giving that to the Spirit Dancer, I think. Oh, that's a very, very good timing. Very, very good timing. Okay, great. Let's see. Okay, so I think first of all, we're going to heal. So we're going to get our Spirit Dancer. She's going to use the scroll of restoration. And we're going to heal 3 damage from both Sanctum banners. Okay, cool. All right. Soul Burner is going to stun the assassin. We can't have that. So we're going to use the assassin to attack the Soul Burner. She's out. We do get loot. A village loaf. That's not going to cut it, I'm afraid. So we're going to leave the village loaf behind. What's next? We have 7 action points. So we can do 2 more reds. But we only have 1 more attack action. Okay. The Warlock has a cursed blade, which means when the Reaper hits him, he's going to take an extra damage just for being cursed. So let's get the Warlock to take out the Reaper before that happens. I think that might be a good way to go. We'll do that. The Warlock attacks the Reaper. The Reaper is out. You take 1 more loot. It's a 1-shot musket, but I don't want to give up anything here. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Got to lose the 1-shot musket this time. And finally, we need to take off some of the heat from the Spirit Dancer. So the Pathbreaker is going to do a taunt action. He's going to pull the Enraged Ghoul over here. And okay, let's see how we go. I don't know if we're going to make this, but let's see. Okay, so up here in the Pathbreaker's battle line, we have an Enraged Ghoul. He has an attack of 2 because his special ability is during the threat phase. This threat gains +1 attack for each damage that's on the card. So he has 1 and another damage there, that means 2. With the Doom Guard, that's 3. We have a shield here, so we deduct the 1 of the shield from the 3 attack. That means 2 attack on the Sanctum banner. So 2 damage from these guys. The Underhound is now going to attack us for 2. We do have a shield, so we block 1. That becomes 1 damage. So that's 6 damage on this Sanctum banner over here. Now let's see how the Spirit Dancer is going to do. 2, 3, and 4. 4 damage. That's going to come in unblocked. So we can switch these over here to 3s. That puts us on 9 damage on that Sanctum banner. Oh no. Well, we're still alive though. Let's see how it goes. We have to do their actions. So, Enraged Ghoul becomes more enraged. He's going to get another damage token there. He's going to become stronger. This guy's going to sidestep. He's going to go down. This guy's also expended. The Underhound is going to dash over here. He's expended. No effects for the Demoniac. The Doom Guard is going to sidestep and come up here. And the Reaper is going to dash on this side. So that's all of their actions done. Now we can move to the region phase. Okay, region phase. We're going to update the region. Updated. All heroes with black quest tokens receive 1 damage and heroes with red quest tokens receive 2. So we're going to take 2 over here. 1, 2, and 1 over here. Oh wow, our Sanctum banner 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 out of 12. If 1 more hit over here and these 2 battle lines, they're going to be defeated. We're cutting it really fine here, but let's move to the quest phase. Okay, now we're going to resolve our quest objective and events. Heroes are victorious when the contaminated sewer is fully scouted. We have done that. The cursed remains are discarded. We did discard that. And all threats are defeated. Now this is where it's getting hard. We need to get rid of all these guys in order to be victorious. Okay, let's do our events. If the region is not fully scouted, an X is on an odd number, but don't forget, it is fully scouted, so that doesn't happen now. If cursed remains was used, it's gone, that doesn't apply. And if an assist action was used, and that didn't happen either, so we can skip that too. Okay, we're gonna check if the heroes have been defeated. This one's very close. These two guys are almost out, but not yet, they're still good. We're gonna increment the time track to 4. And finally, we're gonna activate all of our threats. Okay, we're on the next round. We're gonna see the next stratagem card, which is Under Siege. The battle lines are strained. There is nowhere to maneuver until we push them back. Heroes cannot use action points to perform move or assist actions this round. Okay, because of this stratagem card, we're not going to be able to perform assist actions, which means we won't be able to stop the spread of the contamination. We're going to lose these two battle lines. I don't see a way of us preventing that. So I think the best way forward at this point is to try to do as much damage as we can on the top battle line, have these guys support it, and let's hope that by the end, 2 of the heroes survive. Okay, let's see how we go. Okay, so it looks to me that the ghoul is going to do 3 damage. We need to get rid of him. He's a top priority. The underhound here is a 2 damage. We need to get rid of him. Okay, so the warlock is going to support us. The warlock is going to do 2 damage to the ghoul. 2 damage to the underhound. That's what we're going to do. The warlock does 2 damage onto the underhound. He goes to the discard pile. The assassin is going to get her free move as she does strike unseen. So she's going to move to this battle line over here as she does her attack action too. And I'm using the red X to do that. Right. And now she does a damage of 3 to the enraged ghoul. And the ghoul is also out. We get loot. The sacrificial elixir, we can discard this card to receive 2 damage and then perform the hero's unique action. I don't think we can afford to take that. We need the shield and we need the elven light blade to give us the boost in stats. So we're going to say bye to the sacrificial elixir. Right, that's our 2 attack actions done. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to use the spirit dancer because she can actually heal any hero from any battle line. So let's take advantage of that. So she is going to heal the top battle line just to give us a bit more breathing room. We have 1 more action point here. We can only taunt and use. We don't need to taunt because the Doom Guard is only going to do 1 damage and that's going to be defended against anyway. So we're just going to pass that turn and move to the threat phase. Okay, threat phase, attacking the heroes and applying damage. So nothing in the assassin's battle line. The Doom Guard is going to do 1 damage, but the Pathbreaker blocks it with 1 defense. The Demoniac does 1 damage. You can turn that into a 3 now. The Doom Guard and the Reaper does a combined damage of 3. So, oh wow, another 3 damage here. Okay, these guys are not going to make it as predicted. Okay, and now the threats perform their actions. First of all, the Doom Guard, he sidesteps. Nothing here, so the Doom Guard over here, he sidesteps down. Demoniac Idol does nothing. This guy sidesteps up. And the Reaper is going to move to the horizontally adjacent battle line over here. Alright, okay, that's the threat phase. Let's move to the region phase. Okay, we're going to update the region. Updated. Flip all black quest tokens to red, then choose a hero without a quest token, place 1 black quest token on that hero. Now luckily we can take advantage of this. Well, we have to make this one red, but the hero we're going to choose is the hero we know that we're going to lose at the end of this round. So we choose the Warlock. So we only have this one to worry about right now. Okay, that's the region phase, and we're going to move to the quest phase. Resolve the quest objective and events. Okay. We haven't taken out the threats yet, so we know we haven't completed our objective. We know we're not going to spawn anything right now. We know there's nothing going on with the cursed remains, and we didn't do an assist action, so that's not relevant either. So we move on to checking if heroes have been defeated. As you can see, these two battle lines have been hammered. They're not going to make it. They're defeated. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 damage on a 12 health maximum Sanctum banner. These guys are gone. So this is what happens. We take off these 2 tokens. We take off the damage tokens. These battle lines have collapsed. Okay, these heroes are gone. This loot is trashed. We don't get to keep any of that. And these 3 threats, they move up to the next battle line that's closest to them. And we basically just condense the game. Okay, here we go. All right. So we increment the time track to 5 and activate all the threats. So we have 4 threats left. Let's see if we can make it. Okay, we're on the next round. Let's see what stratagem card we got. We have the Hymn of the Undone. Oh my goodness. As the foul beasts approach, a chilling melody is heard from the rift. The torments of the Forsaken cause us to halt our advance. You cannot directly assign attack actions this round. The worst card to get right now. But okay, let's see what we can do. Okay, as we can't attack, let's try at least to sort out some of this contamination. The assassin is going to assist. So she assists the Pathbreaker, and that's going to allow us to get rid of that at the end of the turn. And we're going to have the Pathbreaker boost his defenses. We're going to do a defend action, and that's going to bring us to 2 defense to try and limit some of the damage we're going to take. Okay, so the Doom Guard is going to do 1 damage to the assassin. We have a shield that blocks that. Over here, 1 and 1 and 2, that's 4 damage, but we have 2 shields. So we're going to take 2 damage from that. It's pain, but we're not out yet. Okay, now they're going to do their actions. Sidestep, there's nowhere for him to go, so expended. Idle, no effects. Sidestep, can't go anywhere. And then the Reaper is going to dash to the other side. So he comes over here. And that's the threat phase. We move to region. So we're going to update our region card. All heroes with black quest tokens receive 1 damage, and the heroes with red take 2. Oh my goodness. So we're on 3, 6, 9, 10 damage here. We need to be careful. We're getting closer. But let's move to the quest phase. Okay, so we're going to resolve our quest objective and events. Okay, we have not taken out all the threats. If the region is not fully scouted, nothing's coming out from that. We don't have to do anything with the cursed remains. Did we use an assist action? We did, and so this is gone. And okay, we move on to checking if the heroes have been defeated. We're still looking good, 10 out of 15. We can maybe just about squeeze this out. We'll see. We'll see. And now we're going to activate our threats and get ready for the next hero phase. Okay, let's see our next stratagem card. Extraordinary feats. Thank goodness. Enough. It is time for these beasts to feel the wrath of the Sanctum. You may spend all action points this round to trigger the unique actions of all heroes in play. I don't think we're going to go with unique actions this time. We want both of our heroes to attack. So, Assassin is going to take out the Reaper. That's the first thing that's going to happen. We're going to get loot. We can't take it. We need the shield and we need the sword. Okay, the Pathbreaker is going to take out the Demoniac. So that only needs 1 hit. So here we go. And the Demoniac is also out. All right, cool. That means that we have a shield over here that's going to block the Doom Guard, and the Pathbreaker's built-in shield is going to block the Doom Guard on that side. We might just about do this. We're going to have to see if we can survive the contamination. Okay, Doom Guard is going to try to do 1 damage, but he's blocked by the Assassin's shield. This Doom Guard is going to do 1 damage, but is blocked by the Pathbreaker's shield. So then they do Sidestep, which they can't do because there's no vertical battle line, so they are both expended. Region phase. We flip the region and update it. Flip all black quest tokens to red, then choose a hero without a quest token. Place 1 black quest token on that hero. And the Pathbreaker is going to be a team player and take it again. and we're going to move to the quest phase. Okay, we're going to resolve our quest objectives and events. We still haven't taken out all the threats. There's no more threats coming. The cursed remains is gone. We didn't do an assist action, so we can skip all of that. Check if the heroes have been defeated. We're still alive. We're going to increment the time track to 6, and we're going to activate our threats. Finally, we're going to show the stratagem card for the next hero phase. It comes full circle. The ancients understood the nature of time was cyclical rather than linear. We have been in this moment before, and again to this moment we will return. At the end of this round, shuffle all other stratagem cards. Then place this card at the bottom to form a new stack. Okay, so I'm going to have the assassin do what she does best. She's going to do an attack action, and she's going to move over here to get the +1 from high ground. So she's going to have 1 + 2 and another 1. That's 4 damage against the Doom Guard. Even though he has a health of 3, it says apply -1 when attacking this threat, which balances back to 3 again. So he is out. We get loot. We get the crossbow, even though it's great, we can't take it. Okay. And finally, we're going to have our Pathbreaker move back to where he was. So we can basically try and set up the same thing we just did for the next round. Okay. Okay, threat phase. The Doom Guard tries to attack the assassin for 1. We block him again. He can't move with sidestep for his action. He's expended. Region phase. Updated, all heroes with black quest tokens receive 1 damage. And heroes with red quest tokens receive 2. So we're good for now. Okay, and then we move to the quest phase. It's basically the same as last time, so nothing applies right now. We check if our heroes are defeated. They're not. We increment the time track. We're going to go back to 1, as it tells us over here actually to move it to 1 if it's on 6. And we activate our threats. And let's see what the next stratagem holds. Okay, we're going to put the comes full circle down there. We're going to shuffle our deck. Here we go. We have underestimated. The creatures of the rift surround us. They underestimate the champions of the Sanctum. You may use the red X icons on this card to trigger a hero's unique action. Okay, I think we've got this one. The assassin is going to use her unique action to assassinate the Doom Guard. And he's out. He's out. We get the battered shield. We don't need that. The region phase kicks in because there's no threats. So we go straight to the region phase. Flip all black quest tokens to red. Then choose a hero without 1 and give him 1 too. So the assassin gets 1 too. And we move to the quest phase. Okay, quest phase. Resolve quest objective and events. Heroes are victorious when the contaminated sewer is fully scouted. It is fully scouted. The cursed remains are discarded. It's gone. And all threats are defeated. They're defeated. Which means we are victorious. Awesome. So that was pretty crazy. We managed to get through the quest. We got to the point where we could take those 4 scout actions in one go. We took the risk, but it came at a price. We ended up losing our Spirit Dancer and Warlock. But in the end, we attained the victory with the Assassin and the Pathbreaker. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. This is the first time we've shown quest tokens in Heroes of the Sanctum. You can see that they work differently depending on what quest that you play, which makes it really interesting for us because we can do really cool different mechanisms depending on the quest. We'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's backed us on Kickstarter. We're still totally blown away by that. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't seen it already, check out the link in the description below. And thanks for watching. We'll be back with more content soon.